Tell me one of your client success stories since the Tax Act changed, where because a client came to you early and often, you could go home and say, wow, did I help that client? Give me a good success story. Let's start with Michael.
So with increased exemptions, one thing that we haven't talked about that is important in estate planning is the basis adjustment that you get at death. So oftentimes it's called the basis step up, although that's not.
When you say basis, it means the amount you're going to be taxed on above?
Correct. So the example that we usually give is you go out and buy Coca-Cola stock or some other stock, you pay $100, it appreciates to $200. If you sell it, you're going to pay, on that example, capital gain on that $100 spread. If instead you've bought the Coke stock for $100, it appreciates to $200, you leave it to your child, and the very next day your child sells it for $200 or whatever it was at the date of death, there's no capital gain. So that can be very advantageous. So the situation that I was able to help a client, so a very wealthy family that we work with, their mother was quite old and was pretty near to death. She had a trust that was created by her husband that was not going to be includable in her estate. That was very good planning when her husband died. I don't remember how long ago it was, but it was good planning then. But now, because exemptions had increased so much, she was not going to be subject to estate tax. So if we left the money in the trust, it wasn't going to pay estate tax, but it also wasn't going to get the basis step up. If we could somehow get the assets out of the trust and into mom's name, then at her death, she, because of the higher exemptions now, was not going to be subject to estate tax, but we were going to get a basis step up. So several months before her death, the trustee distributed those assets out to mom, and at mom's death, they got a basis step up, which ended up saving the family probably several $100,000 in income taxes. Whereas if we'd done nothing, they wouldn't, and there was no estate tax in that situation. So we were able to save the family a pretty significant income tax with that planning, which was very simple. It was not a costly endeavor